Welcome to Unsigned Spotlight, the daily live show from the Scene Projects. We shine a light on the best unsigned musical talent from around the world, featuring songs from independent artists across all genres. This is where passionate music heads, emerging artists, and curious listeners come together to discover what's next.
When I stand, I'm on.
Look at that, already made a mistake, everyone. Don't worry, we're coming back live very shortly.
Static in my headphones, midnight on the floor, humping like a war drum banging at the door. Small town ceiling couldn't hold the sound. Every note I sang tried to shake the ground. I wasn't chasing fame, I was chasing flame. Something in my chest screaming out my name. There's a skyline going in my mind. Use a capital core and step into the light. If I rise, I don't rise alone. Every lyric carved in stone. From the ashes of who I've been, I feel a new wave breaking in. Take me to the city of fire, where the bright lights lift me higher. I'm a voice in the night, turn it wrong into right. Every song's a spark to inspire. Hear the echo, hear the choir. When I stand, I multiply. 1,000 phoenix in the sky. This ain't just my dream in motion. It's a revolution in devotion. Backstage down in a shaking hand, but I built my courage like a one-man band. Every rejection on a better line, every setback set the fuse in time. I sing for the kid with a cracked up dream, for the unheard voice in the in-between. If my song can light one soul, that's a wildfire out of control. From bedroom walls to a Broadway sign, every scar now shines a light. If I burn, I burn to ignite, not just go, but start the light. Take me to the city of fire, where the bright lights lift me higher. Our voice in the night, turn it wrong into right. Every song's a spark to inspire. Hear the echo, hear the choir. When I stand, I multiply. 1,000 phoenix in the sky. This ain't just my dream in motion. It's the new wave rising ocean. From sorrows we cry, from doubt we define who we are. If you feel that flame, if you know your name, then follow the spark in the door. This is more than a stage, more than turning a page. It's a movement built from desire. When one phoenix learns to fly, 10 more reach for the sky. This ain't just pride. City lights, it's 1,000 dreams taking flight. A sing of the chamber sign. Now the skyline's yours and mine.
Hello, everybody. How are you doing? It is the Unsigned Spotlight, and I am welcoming to the stage the one, the only. We are in royalty tonight. We have got a king in the building. Yes, the one, the only King Irvin. How are you doing, mister? Hey, King.
Hey, how's it going? How you doing? How you doing?
We have to like stand up for royalty or something. The King Irvin thing. I've missed a trick that I've got to literally stand for royalty. Where did this king come from? Are we a real king?
I like to think so.
You'd like to think so. That's the way I like it. I like the confidence. I see you right up in your bio, and I was thinking, you know what? Usually, when I dress up for Unsigned Spotlight, I've got a t-shirt on. But as we've got the building, I need to put a shirt on just in case I've got real royalty.
Well,
You
you're
put
in
me out.
England, so I should ask you if you're a real king.
Well, I tell you what, no, I'm not a real king, but you know, the king has been over to visit the USA recently, and we're very pleased with Charlie to keep the old relations going. So thanks, Charlie. You know, you keep this in there because our prime minister does a useless job. We are joined already by people in the crowd. Raw 84, how you doing, buddy? You've had a great weekend by the looks of it. Welcome to the show. Please enjoy the show, and then I'm going to explain to everybody what's going on because I know there's a few of you going. Unsigned Spotlight, yes, with AJ. Where's Michael? Michael has flown. He has left the building to go and create some great, great music and also to create his own podcast. The Unsigned Spotlight will still remain the Unsigned Spotlight, but with a few changes. So, as you can see, we will not be co-hosting from the Scenes Project. It will be little old me on my own with some great, amazing guests. Okay, and what a great way to start this show off in this new series with the one, the only King Irvin, because you know, I've listened to his music. Everybody, you are in for a treat tonight, especially if you're in the UK. And for you ladies, I tell you what, you're going to be loving it tonight. So switch down those lights, ladies. Get those candles out because King Irvin has got some soul music for you tonight, which is going to actually rip through your heart because it's absolutely beautiful music. And I've heard it tonight. So UK, you are in for a treat. Those over in the US, it's about 1:30, 2:30 in the afternoon. So, hey, it may make you sleepy while you're at work, or actually it may make you stop work and think, oh, I've just got to have a listen to this. Do you mind if I have a lunch break? You know, so King Irvin is on there. Okay, so we're going to follow a format which is very different. We are going to be deep diving into these artists' lives. We are going to find out a bit more about them. What made them, you know, musicians, you know, what's driving them at the moment in the music industry. Few personal questions. Everybody knows what I'm like, you know. We will try and keep those questions as fun as we can. You, the audience, play a big part in this as well. If you've got any questions for our artists, feel free to pop in and ask a question if it's about their music, or even if it's about, you know, what do they eat at night time, or, you know, what are the bad habits that they have as musicians. You know, please chip in and ask questions for our artists. The show will be lasting for roughly about an hour, and it is going to be presented to you by our brand new sponsors, as you can see in the right-hand corner. Depends on where your TV is. If you're anything like Richard, it's a 100-inch TV, so you should see it, Richard, okay? It's in the corner, okay? If you miss a 100-inch TV, that you have, there's a problem, okay? So our sponsors are Booms TV. That means you artists, you lucky, lucky artists, get to share your interviews with your families and your friends live on Roku and Apple and Amazon Fire. Yes, UK, I have checked. It does work, okay? Booms TV 2.0 on Amazon Fire in the UK does work, so you are able to see it. We're going to have 3 great songs from our artists each time we play, and we're also going to have a highlight artist when we have our Pure and Easy Tea moment. Yes, Pure and Easy Tea will remain with us as our sponsored break, and you can all go and purchase your tea at Pure and Easy as we have our breaks and our cup of tea together, because I'm in England and we drink tea, especially at 9 o'clock at night, especially a Sunday. Okay, so let's get started. Let's delve into this young man's life. Okay, so I want you, King Irvin, to tell the audience all about your amazing self and how your journey got into music.
Pain.
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 Okay. Good start. Pain.
Pain. Pain is literally what got me into music. I come from a very, very, very horrific childhood. If anybody ever read the book A Child Called It, I was Have you read that one,
I have.
AJ?
Great book.
Yeah,
Brilliant book.
my mother was she was off a rocker. So I was that a child called it. I was that kid. Um I could not speak at all. When I was in a coma, my mother beat me in the head with a baseball bat at 3. Put me in a coma. When I came out, I could not speak, right, read, walk, write, nothing. Um my first foster home, I was 9 years old. From actually, I was in the orphanage. From 9 to 11, I stayed for 3 years. I could not speak. I could read everything, but I could not speak. My first foster home, there was an evergreen piano, a nice little wooden piano. It literally, that's the only thing I understood. Everybody around, I could care less about. A huge house. I went from New York to Seattle, Washington. Beautiful home, 3 bedroom, 2 bath house, a yard. I could care less about any of it. It was a piano that called. I sat down and I started playing. Never had a lesson, never touched the piano in my life. And it literally, I started playing. Um, my foster
Do you
mother,
remember your first song that you played? Because when I
I,
do piano, it's Twinkle Twinkle, and I
I
still
have
probably at that level at 49.
I have no clue. I just started playing. My mother at the time, she said it sounded like Beethoven.
Oh
I
wow!
did I didn't even know who Beethoven was. I couldn't speak. I don't know. I just started playing something. Never had a lesson, nothing. About a couple months later, my foster mother put me in lessons. Within 3 months, my music teacher, Mr. Looney, he said, "You're a natural." Yeah, I graduated. I went through John Thompson's, Beethoven, Bach, Tchaikovsky. I played all of them with literally no problem. Like gifted naturally. Later on in life, I learned that when you lose one sense, something else heightens. Since my mother had beaten all my other senses out, I guess I gained music. Um, so I could play. She put me in church, so I started playing for the church, and that was the first time I sang. Uh, let's back up a little bit. I went to a music shop with my foster mother, and I saw this cassette tape, Guns N' Roses' "Appetite for Destruction."
Now that is a good album.
Yes. I don't know why I was drawn to it. I memorized every single word of every single song and I just started it literally it freed me. I could sing. I could not talk, but I sang every word, every syllable, everything. Axl Rose was my hero. That music saved my voice. It literally brought my voice forward. Um, so yeah, all of my music comes from pain, literally. And like I heard pretty much every great artist, their music comes from pain. It sounds great, but it comes from pain. So all of my music, there are some good points, but the birth of my music is pain.
So, was there anyone sort of like influential? You know, you were saying about sort of the childhood that you had, influenced you to turn to music to get through a tough childhood. You know, I sort of sympathise and empathise for you. You know, I think a lot of my growing up when I was young, I went through very similar situations. You know, and I think music always used to be the one thing that I could feel safe, I could feel
Right.
supported, and it was something that would get me through something really bad. Now, I was Def Leppard. You
Mm,
know, I was Def Leppard, like, when I was little, you know, I would put Hysteria on and everything would go away. You know,
right.
everything, all the bad things that was happening to me, I could put that album and as though nothing was wrong and everything was right and beautiful, you know, and I'm the same as you. There were certain times during my life and certain people during my life that made me turn to music and keep in the music industry, you know,
Mhm,
as even as young, you know, going in like cathedrals and singing in cathedrals and things like that, you know, there were certain
mhm,
people who really gave me that moment. But was there
mhm.
one person who, you know, was it in the church? Was it the person that you just mentioned, the male person that actually said to you, "Do you know what? Actually, you've got what it takes to build this, not just something to do fun, but actually take it as a career." Was there someone who really influenced you really, really early on?
Um, Actually, my mother,
Mm,
because she told me that I would never amount to anything.
wow.
So every day I would look in the mirror and I would go, "You're perfect. You're awesome." I literally, as a child, and I did not know that later on this would be called affirmations. I did not know this was a thing. I had no clue. But because she did that, I would be in the mirror in my head going, "You're perfect. You're awesome. You're beautiful." And I kept doing this for years. I'd look in the mirror and go, "You're beautiful. You're awesome. You're perfect." So my destroyer was the person that actually gave me what I needed to speak into myself. I guess that's why I'm so cocky, conceited, and convinced, because I had to be. I I had no choice.
Yeah, and I think the theme tune that you had, I seen you as like smiling and enjoying the theme tune. You know, that's the City of Fire song is sort of about my life. I wrote that song, you know, and
Yeah.
Michael Cagle that sung the actual song itself. And it is about that burning of desire to sort of say
Yeah.
to everybody else, you know, actually, I'm not who you want me to be. I am who I
Right.
am, and I will succeed. However much you don't want me to succeed, I will.
Yes.
And, you know, listening to your tracks, which are going to be playing later, they've all got a very similar theme of like proving to everybody else and
Yep.
yourself that you have got the confidence to be able to make it in this industry, which is a
Mhm.
blown out industry. You know, let alone trying to convince like family and friends that you're going to make it. You know,
Yeah.
it's convincing everybody out in the music industry that you're going to make it. But, you know, I know it's really, you know, there's a lot of artists out there will probably agree with this. There's a lot of artists which are driven by family, you know, by making it because their family doubted them or something happened to them while they were in family members. But I think at the end of the day, whoever that person who gave you that confidence, that influence to drive yourself, you know, at the end of the day, whether it's good or bad, your drive and your motivation and where you are now, sitting where you are now, you know, bringing these great tracks out, you know, it's there's always something. And I think, to be honest, I think the best songwriters come from people who have been through traumatic periods of their lives, or they've
Mhm.
gone through something traumatic in their family. You know, I think all of the writers that, you know, I can think of growing up with, there was
Mhm.
something, there was always something, you
Yeah.
know, so it's a strong, you know, balance but for an artist, but it definitely gives your songwriting some really good growth to write for many years, you know. It definitely was
Mhm.
joy. So you grew up in Tennessee. Was this a place that basically gave you any sort of like inspiration? It's a major place for the music industry. But living there, was it something that, you know, drove you to get into music more, write music more? But obviously, Tennessee being a country place, you know, where did you see your music early on? Did you see your music being soul and R&B and that sort of thing, or did you join in with the country lads and lasses?
Actually, I'm new to Tennessee. I've only been in Tennessee for 3 years.
Okay,
I'm actually from Charleston, South Carolina. Well, from New York to Seattle to Charleston, South Carolina. Um, I don't. I'm because I'm never. I'm all over the box. I'm country. I'm hip hop. I'm rock and roll. I never knew exactly where my music would take me because I can sing in anywhere. Um, I'm a rocker by at heart. Guns N' Roses. When I found out I could scream and make it sound good, I was hooked. But I moved to Tennessee. It's Music City, and this is where I guess I started releasing more music because it's Music City. I guess something about Tennessee just made me start. It just brought out even more. But Charleston, South Carolina, really, it was since I was born there, I guess it was the place that I had to find myself more. I guess I did most of my music there. Most of my music, my acting, a lot of me came from there first before I was able to move forward.
okay, let's get on to your acting. Okay, because your acting was in your bio. Okay,
Yes.
so, you know, I said and joked to you, am I sitting in front of a king? But am I sitting in front of someone famous? Is there any films that we should know about this where we should all go and download? I've got Netflix ready next to me in case, 'cause it's happened to me so many times. I've got people on and everyone said, "Oh, I'm a singer," and all of a sudden I found out they're from the Vampire Diaries. And I'm like, "Oh my God, seriously, I'm watching that tonight." So is there anything that we should be expecting that you've been in?
Well, I've been in two movies. Geechee One Productions. Shout out to Felicia Rivers and Geechee One Productions. She had me in Sneaky Links and The Games We Play, which is on Tubi. You can find me on those two. I've heard a lot of people say Sneaky Link. They've watched the movie Sneaky Links, and the other one is The Games We Play. And Geechee One Productions also did a short. It was my first one I was in, which was called Ashe's Magical Island. Ashe is spelled ASE apostrophe S. Ashe's Magical Island, which is about magic. So,
are you a magician then? Can you make things disappear?
I don't know. I've been told I'm a magician.
Okay. Are you part of the magic circle?
Huh?
Are you part of the magic circle?
Yes, I believe I am. I do believe that I am part of a magic circle somewhere.
So what's the biggest magic trick that you've done? You know, are we sort of like Escape from a Shark Tank, or are we talking card tricks?
No, I think I've made women bow at my feet with my music.
Wow, hey, that's enough. I've seen the pictures. Everybody, when you see the pictures later, you'll see what he means. Okay, no, it's not just the looks. Okay, this young man's got it all. He's got the voice. He's got the looks, and he's also got magic. I tell you what, I'm on the date. You know, I'm 49 years old. I might be talking to you after the program because I'm 49 years old, coming down to 50, and I'm now back on my dating program. So if you've got any magic out there which can make women bow to my feet, I'm going to get that magic trick from you, okay? So I'll get that after the show from you. But God, dear, you've got it all, mate. Seriously, that's a really good magic. Okay, let's get on to your music, okay? You know, when did you start becoming a professional musician? You know, when was it that you thought, you know what, actually, this is no longer a game. This is no longer a hobby. This is something I want to do for the rest of my life. When did that start?
I think 2022 or no, 2020. In 2020, actually, when COVID hit, when we were all shut in, I created my company, which it was my label. I wanted to do something that I wanted to use my music fully, but I did not want to get myself in trouble within my music. And what I mean by that was, I'm autistic and I'm also very hypersexual and bipolar.
Okay.
And I did not want to be like a whole lot of other athletes and get involved in sex scandals. So I created a label. I prayed and I created a label called Musexual Entertainment, LLC, fusing music and sex together in a label. And it seemed to work because
It would definitely in America that would sell.
and so far it's really, if I wanted to go ahead and make a brothel, I could do it legally, but it's worked because it's a musical. My music also has some sex in it, but it's musical. So I created it and I decided I did not want to just sing and play, because I also play music for the church. That was my side hustle for the longest time. I found out I could get paid for it, so I've worked for God forever.
Yeah. How does God feel about this new sort of wave of music that you brought out? You know, it's sort of like he'll be looking at you and say, "Hey, King, we need to have a word when you get up here. The new music that you put out, you know, I don't think that actually come out, you know." You know, he's got a few words for you when you get up there. I'll tell you.
I'm sure he does, but I keep it 1,000 all the time. I talk to God like I talk to anybody else, and I tell this to everybody: keep it 1,000. God knows your heart; He knows who you are. So when 2020 hit and COVID shut us all in, I was like, I'm gifted, and I haven't seen anybody else, because my family is very hugely talented, and there's only a couple of us doing something with it. So I'm like, I need to do something with all of my music, because when I leave this planet, I need my son, I need my children to take over everything that I'm doing. So I decided, let's make it big. Let's do it huge. Let's go big or go home. So 2020 was the when I decided, you know what, let's go. And
moment for a lot of people. You know, I think COVID was the most horriblest thing that we're ever going to have to endure. You know,
yeah,
for our generation. You know, we haven't suffer wars. You know, there's lots of people in lots of countries suffering wars from that. And a shout out to our soldiers at the moment, protecting us and keeping us safe.
Yeah.
You know, I think for us people who aren't affected by war on a direct, I think COVID was one of the worst things we're ever going to go through.
Yeah.
But music artists, I think we were very strong. I think we were the strongest group out of a lot of professions, because a lot of musicians used it as an opportunity to help others, to you know, support others, to create, to entertain, to do everything they could as musicians to actually reach out. You know, you talk about, like in your bio, about giving a voice to people and allowing people to have voices. A lot of your lyrics around sort of disability and around mental health, and you know, you've used your music to help. You know, and I think that's been one of your really strong points in your bio. And I think people will warm to that as well. So, you know, did you do a track literally during COVID that was reaching out and helping people?
Yeah. When I did Musexual Entertainment, my mission literally was to, well, like Michael Jackson, I wanted to heal the world. I want to heal the world. And by healing the world, I mean, I want to get rid of the stigmatism that people with mental illnesses and mental health are broken. We're not broken. We're just different.
I like that statement. My audience know, and so do my family know, I suffer from PTSD. You know, I love that statement that you've just made, especially considering it's World Mental Health Awareness Month in the UK. You know, and that's a really strong statement. You know, the second statement of disability and anything like that. You know, we're normal people. We're not any different to anyone else. You know, and I think if people think like that, I think it's a really strong statement. You know, we've got our needs, we've got what's happened to us, but we're just normal people creating music, especially during the COVID period. And for you, King Evan, and we're literally 27 minutes into the program, it's really good time to bring your first song in. This is where, you know, the King Evan productions really come into the meat of it when it comes to 2020. So let's get onto a song. Let's get onto your first song, and then while I'm teeing it up, you can tell the audience about it. Okay, we're going to put this one on tonight because I'm going to let you, like gentlemen, okay, have a good gawp at the ladies. And when he said he's got magic, look at this, everybody. He has got magic, okay? So I'm pouring some of that magic powder after the show, and if it works like this, I'm going to be a happy man. And I'm going to give King Urban a few dollars and a few thank yous after the Tonight Show. So tell us about Velvet Way. What's the song all about? And let's get it ready for you.
This is about BBW. I love BBWs. I've always loved BBWs. My goddess, she's a BBW. And I'm poly as well. And I love BBWs. I love my BBWs. Always have, always will. And there was somebody, Moonwalker, he came out with an album talk about BBWs. And I was like, I'm going to do the same thing. I've been wanting to, it was hard for me to come up with something. So this literally is my homage, I guess, to BBWs all over the world.
Fantastic. I'll be on the male side of the BBWs, I think, you know. I'm not exactly skinny, but look at those beautiful women, whatever. Okay, they're still beautiful. Okay, this is Velvet Way. Enjoy, everybody.
Listen, I don't crave perfection. I crave pressure, warmth, something that leans back when I pull close. Her body don't whisper, it hums. Every curve is an invitation. Every breath got rhythm. I don't wanna rush her.
I wanna feel her.
This is a King Irvin production.
Yeah.
She step in the air, get thick, like the room know what's about to happen. That dress don't hide a damn thing, it just framed the moment. Soft stomach, heavy hips, slow sway like she teasing on purpose. Every curve got weight to it, got me biting my lips, staying focused. Her laugh, low, husky, dangerous. Sound hit me right in my chest. I don't need liquor, I'm already gone, just from the way she's dressed.
You feel that?
I love the way your body body press on me like you know exactly what it do. Every curve got heat in it, every inch pull true. BBW love, big temptation, slow hands, deep patience. I don't wanna rush the moment, I wanna stay in the sensation. Soft friction got my mind drifting. When she sit down, she don't collapse. She settles like she owns the position. Skin warm, touch responsive. Every breath react to mine. She acts just enough to notice, like she aware of the time. I kiss her confidence first before I ever move lower. I worship the way she melt when I pull her closer. Don't stop. Slow. Let me feel your weight. Let it rest on me. I don't want fast, I want deep. I want that moment where the world disappears and it's just skin and breath. Just us. Right there. I love the way your body answers me without saying a word. Every curve react to my hands like they already heard. BBW love, gon' desire, body built for this fire. Then I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. Yeah. This is a King Irvin production. Yeah. This is a King Irvin production.
Right, okay. I've got the first question, okay, because it's a really, really, really important question. One for many men who do need to know this question. Was that cover AI or was it real?
No, that's AI.
Ah, you disappointed me now. Okay, you're Irvin from now on. I tell you what, that magic's not like there anymore. I tell you, you've disappointed me. I was hoping you was going to say that's real. That's AI. Being surrounded by all of those beautiful women. You know,
I was at one point in time.
it was at one point in time.
Yes, I was at one point in my life. Yes, just like that.
And it was just literally you sitting on the armchair with all those ladies surrounding you.
Yes, yes. I was a freak at one time, and yes, at one point in time, yeah.
Sorry, gentlemen, he hasn't got the real magic. Okay, yeah, it did happen at one time. Okay, but that was AI. Okay, I had to ask. Okay, I really did because it's a fantastic picture. But and the other thing, I really want to give you a massive compliment. You know, this is my first show in a new series, and I really, really wanted it to be a showstopper for everybody with someone with an amazing, great voice. And when you find absolute talent, you know, you've got to download King Irvin. I tell you what, mate, your voice is, you've got me hooked straight away with the three tracks that you sent through. Beautiful tracks, and I'm sure everybody after tonight's show is going to be downloading even more of these tracks of yours. That's a really powerful track. Great track. You know, really enjoyed it. You know, from the first beat. Well, yeah, and one thing with artists, when they put their productions in there or they put their recordings in there as a talk over, you know, are you conscious as an artist that people are going to be like, you know, you've dropped your label in there, you've dropped your production, or do you think that actually fits in with the actual song itself? Because with the lady doing it the way she did, it sounded quite sexy the way she's doing it.
Yeah, purposely. Yeah, yeah. This is on purpose. Everything I do is on purpose.
Brilliant. So you just drop in on. But I'm going to need to try that on mine. You know, next time I do a song, this is a Phoenix Rise production, and find some real sexy lady sort of just saying, "You just come off the street for a minute. I just need you to record, just like this is Phoenix Rise." You know? You never know. I might get those ladies surrounding me, but you know.
Okay. Oh, you just wait for the video. You wait for the video. Now the video, it's gonna be like that.
Is it gonna be AI or is it gonna be real women?
Oh no, it's gonna be real. You better believe it. It's gonna be real.
Steve Carnivale, if you're listening in the academy out there, well, you have got competition because King Marvin will be taking all your women for your next video. Okay, because Steve Carnivale does exactly the same. He goes out and he goes to every place that he can find the most beautiful women, and he gets them in the video. So, unlucky Steve, it looks as though you've now got competition off this great gentleman here. So, where would you be going for these ladies? You know, would Tennessee have these type of ladies in Tennessee? Yeah, is it sort of very...
Tennessee's got them. Tennessee. I met my wife in Tennessee.
Is that where you met your wife? Okay.
Yes.
How's your wife feel about all these ladies surrounding you? Is he okay about it?
My wife's company is called Sweet Honey Seduction LLC.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah. That was, like I said, how we met was that it was weird. It was that nothing but God, because I got Musexual Entertainment. She's got Sweet Honey Seduction. I had no clue. We had neither one of us had any clue who each other was, that we had this kind of momentum. But yeah, she knows what I'm doing and I know what she's doing. We both have a headstrong everything. And now she's the goddess Sheena and I'm still king. Yeah, she knows, because she has she's working on something as well. I can't give that away. I'll let her do that when she comes on. But yeah.
I'm looking forward to meeting her now. This is great. Thanks, Bubba. Bubba, you speak, mate. You've done me a favor. These are great shows. I've got some great people on already. So, no, that's great. Right, okay, let's go to your second song, because people are here to listen to music as well. If anyone in the audience would like to make a comment or would like to ask a question about any of the tracks, please let me know. I'm going to tee up this one next, and you're going to let me know all about this next track, which is My Turn. Tell us a bit about it.
Now, this song is about an ex from years, long time ago.
Is that why it's got a parental advisory sticker on it?
Yes. This one I wrote long time ago. It's about an ex who she literally used to spit on me, slap me in my face. She was one of my first, actually. She did me wrong. She really did, and I loved her a lot. And I wrote it and I was finally able to get it out. So every word in here is literally, it's my turn. So it's in there, but it's towards my ex.
That's it. I love a good song about getting back at your ex. Okay, this is your turn to get back. Okay, let's take a listen, everyone.
This is my turn. It's been a long time since I saw you. The wicked smile upon your face, with eyes of fire that flashed right through me and sent my heart into outer space. I must admit, one time I loved you, did anything to make your day. But after all the things you did to keep me down, I want your memory to fade and die away. Because it's my turn to break loose from all your hurtful words. It's my turn to rebuild the bridges that you burn. It's my turn to stand up tall and look down at you. Have you kissing my ass as I turn and walk away? My turn. Everything you tried to break, I care. The tables have turned in my favor. My vision now is crystal clear. And if something happened to you, I'm guilty free, and I can see it would not shed a tear, because it's my turn to turn all my darkness into light. It's my turn to take off into the sky. It's my turn to finally turn my feelings into song. Have you wondering, where the hell did you go wrong? My turn. I found my strength inside the pain you gave. My turn. I buried you, now I rise from the grave. No more silence, now you hear my voice. This is my turn. I made my choice. Once upon a time, I thought you were the one. Oh girl, you meant the world to me. But as I sit here and look back over my life, you were the one that wouldn't let me breathe. Now that I am in the spotlight, you think you can sneak back in, but I won't be a fool and let you come around, 'cause to me the sound of your voice is a sin. I'm doing better since I left you. I got everything I want and need, and don't you worry about your child support. I guarantee you that my seed will be fancy indeed, because it's my turn, my turn, my turn. This is my turn. I'm taking back my life.
Now that's a Guns N' Roses influence song, if you've ever heard one. That was, you can even hear the Axl in there when it comes to the guitar solo. That must have felt so good listening and writing that song to your ex. You know, this is my turn. You know,
Yep.
what went through you? You know, you're listening to your own song there, and you're still enjoying this song. So, you know, I gather this is quite a long while ago. You know, you're still just as passionate about your song. But when you're writing a song like that, you know, how much fire is going through your body to get those words down?
Oh man, oh, it's a lot. It's a lot, because I wrote it long time ago, but now I still write things that are that fire. It's I can't really describe it, but it's so it. ugh, I suck with words. I can write it, I can put it in a song, but talk about it, I don't know. It's just. Well, you hear it. It's just there.
It is there. He is so emotional and it's so driven. And I always say to songwriters in the academy, and for any young songwriters who are starting to write, you know, please use those real bad moments in life just to put
Yes.
pen to paper. They are your best times. If you're breaking up with someone, rather than writing it all over Facebook or all over social media or anything like that, you know, just sit down with your pen and paper. These are your best lyrics. These are the ones which are going to like actually create an album. You know, those times when you're breaking up from families, or, you know, you're going through the deepest, darkest moments of your life, they're the moments which capture your best songs. You use
Yes.
that fire to write those notes, you know. So rather than using social media to sort of like have a soundboard on, put it into music. You will
Yep.
have the best songs ever. You know, and that really does go and prove and shows it. Another absolutely amazing track. I loved it.
Thank you. Appreciate that. That one is in my book, The Enduring Rejuvenation of the Soul. You can find that on lulu.com.
No personal plugs on this show, thank you. No, so where can we get it from? Sorry.
Lulu.com.
Okay, what's Lulu.com? Sorry, I don't. This is
Lulu.
UK. We have Amazon.
Oh, it's on Amazon too.
Oh, you can get it for brilliant, excellent. I'll just double check that out and make sure I order that one tonight. Bubba, can I get a pay wise so I can sort his book out? How much is it? Reasonable price?
Yeah, I believe so. I forget what it was. It was so long ago. I've got two of them on Amazon. I think it's on Amazon. That one, and then my book, The Uncontrollable Control. That one is on Amazon.
That's the. He's got loads of books out. He's plugging them all tonight. Like, you know. So do these help get the massage chair?
Just two.
Just two.
Just two. I got more. I got more coming.
Well, I expect your wife probably needs them as well. You know that women are expensive people. You know, all these books and songs as a musician. You know, I like writing. You know, I think there's a lot of artists out there writing their books at the moment. And I think when you're a songwriter, you do. I've got to produce a book before I finish. You know, but I think songwriting and writing your own books as well come hand in hand for writers as well. So. It's nice that you've got books out as well. Right, we've got time for quick rapid fire round. These are rapid fire questions, so quick fire questions before we go for our tea break. So, one word that describes King Irvin. Just one word.
Artistically awesome.
I like it. I love this. Favorite song that you've ever written?
Oh God. Artistically awesome.
I said, well, yeah, I'll tell you what, you're not going to get artistically awesome for all of these questions because the next one is biggest inspiration in music.
My biggest inspiration?
Yeah.
Michael Jackson.
Oh, good one. Dream collaboration.
Oh God. Jim. Unfortunately, he's deceased. Michael Jackson.
Fantastic. Well, there's some people out there who believe that Michael Jackson's still around, so you never know. You might be going on the bus in Tennessee somewhere, and MJ may still be around. You can see him on the bus. Okay, one lesson that the music industry has taught you the hard way.
Oh God. Become your own. Become an independent artist. Do your own thing. Because there's a lot of labels that are still doing what they did back in the day. No, be an independent artist. It's a lot harder, a lot more challenging, but there's bigger rewards.
I like the answers coming from this way. Okay, last one from the quick fire round before we go on to our tea break. Tell us one thing that people don't know about you, and perhaps your wife doesn't even know about you. Let's surprise these audience members before we go for the break. Okay, tell everyone something that people really don't know about King Irvin.
I'm shy.
Okay. You're shy. After all the things you've just showed me, you're shy.
I'm shy. Even my wife doesn't know. I seems like but I'm shy.
But there's a shyness underneath. Fantastic. Okay, brilliant. Well done with the quick fire questions. I like that. Right, okay, we are going to go for a cup of tea, everyone, and then I have got our guest artist who is going to be played today on the show. We are going to review this artist. We're going to give him some feedback. For any of the guest artists who come on later on into the shows, I will be giving you a surprise phone call to tell you that you are a guest artist and you've got a freebie onto Booms TV as part of the shows tonight, like this gentleman did also, okay? So we are going to go to our sponsors for a 30-second break. Come on, everybody, get your tea out for 30 seconds. You've got 30 seconds to go and brew it.
Imagine capturing the raw essence of nature, with its infinite color and beauty. Now, envision turning that into something truly transformative. Pure and easy tea cultivates the goodness of nature's bounty into fuel for your body. We are what we drink. Pure and easy tea, the pure nourishment your body craves.
But I'll get back to the phone.
That tea moment made him so relaxed. He went completely off camera. He was trying to get a cup of tea. Do you drink tea?
I do. I love tea.
What type of tea? Are we a herbal tea person?
I am. I love herbal tea. I love chamomile tea, lavender tea, especially chamomile.
Fantastic. Well, Pure and Easy Tea will be the only one for you. Okay, we're going to get some sorted out for you. Okay, because your voice is so fantastic. I'm going to have a word with my sponsors, Pure and Easy Tea, because they're still doing their campaign where you get a free
Wonderful.
sachet of tea, for, which is worth $30, and you just got to do a 30-second ad. It's like easy peasy, especially for someone like you.
Oh,
But yeah, we'll get that sent out for you from our sponsors. But anyone else who'd love a cup of tea, Pure and Easy, I'll tell you what. I was skeptical when they sent it to me. I must admit, I'm UK Yorkshire tea and PG Tipsby, okay, being in the UK. So when
mhm.
Bubba told me he was sending me like 30 sachets of tea from the US, I gulped and thought, I'm not even going to be able to drink and do this sponsorship. I'm sorry. I don't think tea should come from the US. It comes from the UK. We are the best of like tea making, okay? But actually, I was really surprised. It was beautiful stuff, and I still drink it this day, and I've still got like bags of the stuff in my drawer. So yeah, it's addictive, and there's lots of things in there for for wealthy bodies, healthy bodies. If you want to go to sleep, I still haven't found one which is going to knock me over the head. So, but I did try it, but it hasn't worked yet. But there's lots of tea out there. So enjoy your tea if you're going to have Pure and Easy tea. So our lucky gentleman who got a surprise phone call tonight was the one and the only Sammy. Okay, not my turn. It's not your turn. Get off. It's this young man's turn. Okay, another. Look at the attractive men that we've got on the show today, ladies. God, for the first show, I brought you attractive men. Okay, I need an attractive lady on the show tomorrow, but unfortunately, we've got Randy from the Academy. Randy, I didn't mean it, mate. Okay, you're still attractive, buddy. Okay, so we have got young Samuel. Okay, and he was very surprised to hear that his song was chosen for the show. But I tell you what, there's a reason this gentleman can absolutely sing. Okay, so this is called One Stupid Fight. We're going to have a listen to it between us. Okay, we're going to give it a quick review for you, Sammy. And then you in the audience, please tell us what you think. Okay, and you'll be able to find Sammy's music on the Scenes Project Radio, also after the show, alongside everyone else as well. Okay, because there's lots on there. Okay, so right, let's get Sammy's on there and let's get it going. Here we go. One Stupid Fight, everyone.
I fear I'm gonna hurt you, but I'll love you way more. Chances are you're on me. You are my muse. You are the thing that I can't afford to lose. So things seem to darken. I'll turn on the light, but I can't stop loving you for one stupid fight. just know our ways. Love and adore. No matter what we do, keep us from going astray. Oh, we may feud, but I will look at you and say, you're my fairy tale, you are my muse, you are the thing that I can't afford to lose. So things seem in dark and I turn on the light, but I can't stop loving you. For when stupid, you see it yours, and I'll see it mine. We'll both see, oh, in due time. Oh yeah, it all turns out fine.
Right, let's give it up for Sammy Shepherd, everybody. What a performance. I'll tell you what, this man is from GA, North GA. I don't know what GA stands for. Perhaps Urban will be able to help me there, being the US. Is there a place called GA? I've lost you. Hang on a minute. I'll turn your mic on for you. There you go. We're just saying that the young Sammy comes from North GA. Does GA make any sense to you?
North Georgia?
It could be Georgia.
Yeah.
And according to him, he's literally making his music downstairs in the basement. With his
Well,
producer friend.
he's got an awesome voice.
Beautiful voice. Absolutely beautiful voice. I saw it sort of blended in with the show today, which is why I chose it. But really lovely voice and great production for the basement with his friend, you know, producer, engineer in the basement.
Yeah.
You know, can you remember when you first started? Where did you record your first song?
Oh, at a church. Literally. At a church.
Okay. And can you remember what your recording was like? Were we going back in the old days? Was it tape and recorder, or was it CD, or-
It was a cassette tape. It was cassette tape. It was the push record. It was play the thing, push stop. It was back and forth, run back and forth. Yeah, it was. Oh boy,
those days, they snapped on me.
making me tell my age here.
Yeah, there you go, everybody. We've got him on his age already, everybody. He's back in the days. Actually, me and my friend were talking about that. One of my directors is 10 to age of 13. He was talking about his Now collection as he was putting his CDs together, and he was sort of saying like, one of his first Now CDs was like Now 30 or something like that. That generation. I'm thinking, God, Jesus, I had Now 1. I'm so old. God. I'm still young. Honestly, everybody, I'm still young. You know, before we go, there's something I do want to dig into, especially for your bio, because, you know, I think there's a lot of artists out there who are doing really good things. And, you know, one of the things that jumped out at me in your bio was being an entrepreneur for autistic people, and supporting autistic people. You know, what is it that you do for the autistic people, neurodivergent community? You know, how do you help them?
By any way that I can. By any way that I can, letting them know that you're not alone. They're not alone, and they're people. Because letting them know that because a lot of them think that they're a burden. That's a lot. I get a whole lot of that. I don't want to be a burden. You're not. They're not a burden at all. And it's okay to be you. It's okay to be different. It's okay to be loud. It's okay to have earphones. It's okay. I try. I'm there. I give them a hug. Love. I use love. Love is my religion. That's literally I use love because growing up, I didn't have what I needed, and I needed love. So I try and love any and everybody that I can, and everybody that I come across is neurodivergent, from a child on to adult. And a lot of the adults don't even know, they hide it so much. And I'm like, you don't have to hide it. That's trauma. Somebody has traumatized them so much, and I try to free them. My mission is literally set you free, because that all that bottled up, get it out before you get it out in a way that's going to be harmful to you and somebody else.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And a big shout out to John Hart from our academy, who basically put together the neurodivergent community on school. And he practices as a neurodivergent coach from every day of the week, like every musician, to be honest. Being an ADHD person himself, he's very committed to supporting the autistic world and the neurodivergent world. So thank you, John, for setting that up as part of the academy process, and, you know, flying with wings in what I see every single day, supporting
Thanks,
all
John.
of this neurodivergent, you know, community of musicians. You do an absolutely brilliant job, and I'm so proud of you, seeing what you do. And there's a lot of love come from that group. So if you are a neurodivergent musician, and there are so many out there who are amazing musicians, including Lady Miranda, I'll give her a shout out as well, who, you know, use their condition to basically as an art and as a gift. You know, I've done it with, I've never let it let me go when it comes to songwriting, even though it does have my problems, but I would never let it go. I use it as a gift and write great words on a piece of paper, even though that's meant to be my hardest trouble. But love, I think that's what people need, and it's a lovely, lovely thing to do. Okay, so that's my questions. We are now down to our final few moments of the show, but we have got one more great track for everybody, so you are not disappointed. This is for you to turn your lights back down, put those candles back on, because King Irvine is back with another great stonking song for the night. Okay, so we have got one which I'm going to put up on, and you're going to tell everyone a bit about it, and we are then going to play it. So this is your last one of the night. A bit about this track, if it goes on the stage. Come on. Uncontrollable Control, something that I don't know with the mouse tonight. Tell us about it.
This one is this one. This literally is my book. My very first book that it came out. It made #1 new release in African American poetry on Amazon. I call my because I'm autistic, ADHD, ADD, I've got DID and seizures. And I love fedoras. I love fedoras. I call my mental superpowers uncontrollable control, because you can't control them, but you can manage them. And in my brain, it's literally a tornado. I wake up every morning, voices, just it's a tornado. I manage it because, well, I'm a musician. I'm an artist. I have so many things going on, but it's literally, it's fight or flight. It's everything. My whole thing is on the cover. It's all of me, but it's my book. And it's for everybody that's neurodivergent, everybody that goes through something. It's whatever it is, it's the uncontrollable control, because somehow you find a way to manage it. So that's what this is about.
There you go, John. We will get that over to you at the neurodivergent community. We'll get that book over to you. And I also put links to it in the school academy as well. You can download this book and get the links. I will get that sorted for you. So this is Uncontrollable Control. This is a cracking song.
This is a King Irvin production. Did you lock the door? You're failing. Run. Fight back. Nobody understands you. You're too much. You're not enough. I've been fighting my own mind since childhood, trying to survive voices nobody else can hear. This is a King Irvin production. brain don't snap today. Cause before my feet touch the floor, I'm already afraid. 17 voices all speaking at once, like a courtroom in my skull, and every judge got guns. One scream clean, another scream died. One say you gift, the next one say lie. Panic attacks got my chest in chains, trying to breathe while drowning in my own brain. Hypervigilance, trauma responses, every loud sound got me jumping from nonsense. Looking for danger even when love feels real, cause pain taught me comfort can get you killed. And people don't understand survival mode, they just see the moments when emotions explode. They don't see me fighting tears in the mirror, trying to calm storms nobody else can hear. And I'm exhausted, God, I'm exhausted, trying to hold together a mind that keeps tearing itself apart. This uncontrollable control got tornadoes spinning inside my soul. Fight or flight, every second alive, trying not to break while trying to survive. Too many voices inside my head, someone healing, someone deaf. I smile outside, but inside I'm screaming alone. Living with uncontrollable control. PTSD flashbacks hit without warning. Nightmares at night turn into fear every morning. Anxiety got me rehearsing conversations, overthinking every tiny situation. Bipolar highs got me feeling invincible, then depression make existing feel miserable. DID fragments, personality shifting, trying stay grounded while reality drifting. And I hate when people call it attention seeking, when I spent my whole life silently bleeding. Some days I'm sweet, some days I isolate, cause overstimulation turn love into weight. And every relationship feel like war, cause abandonment issues got me got in the door. I wanna trust, but trauma taught defense. Now my nervous system don't know what peace is. I don't wanna run no more, I don't wanna fight myself no more. I just want quiet, just 5 minutes of silence. You'll never escape, you'll always be broken. No, I'm still here, still breathing, still fighting. This uncontrollable control, 17 voices pulling on my soul. Fight or flight every day of my life, trying to survive my own mind every night. Too many scars nobody can see, too much pressure crushing me. But if you hear this song and you feel alone, just know you're not the only one living with uncontrollable control. Mental illness don't always look crazy. Sometimes it looked like functioning while falling apart. Sometimes the strongest people are the ones screaming silently. And if you're still here after everything, that means you're stronger than you think. This is a King Irvin production.
I tell you what, I wish that button was longer. That literally would be, if I was on like America's Got Talent, I'd be pressing that golden buzzer.
Thank you.
Wow, what a performance, vocal performance. Wow, you know, I've listened to all your 3 tracks tonight, and I think this one to me is the one that gives me hairs all over my body. It literally just stand up on end with your vocals with this one was absolutely awesome. And it wasn't just the vocals, it was the connection between that and the world of neurodivergent and also the world of like PTSD, mental health and things like that. I can just imagine so many people listening to this song and saying, do you know what? That's me. That is me. I'm going through all of these thoughts, all of these feelings. That is me. That connects with me. You ever actually thought of, giving that song to an autistic charity? Because I think at the end of the day, that needs to be heard by every neurodivergent person out there. Have you ever had that thought and thought, do you know what, I'm going to give this?
I'm working on it.
You've got to
Yes,
work on it. Seriously,
it's yeah.
that's got to go to a really good charity over in the US. But all those neurodivergent people would jump all over that track because it hits with so many. I've still got hairs that just literally standing. That's the third time I've listened to that track, everybody. And every single time I've had the same reaction, like, but hairs, there's certain singers who have certain songs, and it doesn't always happen to me, everybody, okay? There are times where actually there's no hair whatsoever, okay? And it's like, Jesus, I don't want to hear that song ever again. But when you hear a song which connects so well to the community, so well with the vocals, so well with the production, that's the moment your hairs go and they just don't stop growing. They just like literally stand on end. Brilliant song, amazing song. Absolutely loved it. Okay, really, really enjoyed it.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. It's all me, and that's what
Go
I want. I want people to. I actually had a lady when I was driving for Uber. She read one of my poems. She goes, "That's me," and she broke down crying. I've had several people be like, because of your poem, because of you, I'm able to tell people that I am bipolar. I'm this. I'm that. So many people are locked inside, and
And
I don't. I don't like that.
unlock that. That's brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant. And I love that. I love when a single track can just unlock people's emotions and make them feel in a better place. That's so good. And that's the power of music.
Yes.
We are towards the end of our show now, everybody. We are going to have to be turning off. It is getting late in the UK. The Mr. Moon out there outside in the UK is reminding me that it's actually not quite early and all my neighbours are going to complain. But I just want to say to you, King Irvin, you've been an absolute pleasure for being our first guest. It's been a pleasurable show. Great, 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 great music. Tammy, also, thank you very much for sending us a great, great song in. It's been a pleasure to have you all on the show. Is there anyone, King Evan, is there anyone you'd like to say a special thank you to in terms of supporting you in your music? Is there anyone out there you'd like to say a special thank you to?
Yes. Thank you to you,
You're welcome.
AJ, for bringing me on. Thank you to Bubba Starts for the whole Scene Projects family for number one, seeing me, because I was nominated by y'all. It was like, great. Thank you to my goddess, the goddess Sheena, for being by my side through this whole thing. Thank you to everybody has supported me. The good, the bad, the ugly, to all of my exes for doing the bad to me, to help me go ahead and write this, to my mom for doing what she did so I can, to just everybody that's been in King Urban's path. Yeah, thank you. I don't know all the names, but they know who they are.
Thank you. Fantastic. Right. Okay. We are at the end of our show. Have a pleasant day over there in the US. Have a pleasant evening in the UK. And make sure you join us for tomorrow because we've got Randy onto the Academy. He's going to be playing us some great tracks. Okay. Keep an eye out for those posters. We will be back on tomorrow. Okay. This is the Unsigned Spotlight. We've had a really good time and we'll see you very soon. Goodbye, everyone. Take good care of yourselves. See you later, King Ivan.
See you later.